Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have audiences that with enthusiasm follow my series on YouTube or things like that. So they are there's a few things I want to apologize haven't been finished, with their part twos or three or four. This is part two for being triggered by a video from Geo Girl yesterday, and what Geo Girl was saying that I kind of criticize was not specifically on her own channel. It was on a different one. But what she posted on, was it 2 days ago she posted it? But then yesterday she posted on her own channel something called The Truth About Climate Change That I've Avoided for So Long, Geo Girl. And what I wrote is just bravo, Geo Girl, Professor Marty. Now, today I just watched something from Sabine. And what I told Sabine here is this. Just give me a second here. I have to move the window. I get your point, Sabine, even without your swearing words for more dramatic effect. Still, I'll reply to you in a vlog where I also include my part two to GeoGirl for GeoGirl. Again, Sabine, NordVPN is not a trustworthy product to be promoting. For example, today I got another email, although I've unsubscribed many times, and I even contacted them, say I shouldn't get any more emails, and say we've taken you off. Yeah. And they're blaming it on me when they keep failing. So I got another one. That's just one example of why when it comes to technology, don't trust them. And that's just one of the reasons. There's many other reasons you shouldn't trust them. Look deeper into what you endorse, even if you are not writing a paper on NordVPN, and even if your consumption wants, and then I put not needs, are not met through other ad generating revenue or cup t-shirt sales. And then I made a sad face, Professor Marty. So here's something that a comedian called Sam Kinison, I think, said a lot in his routines. And he'd yell a lot, and he would tell people that live, let's say, in some African countries where there's no food growing, it's very dry areas, he would yell, "Move to the food." Now, of course, that's not an easy thing for a poor person to do. And again, they might not even know where that is, and it might not even be in their nation. So it's a cruel thing to say, but the thing is there's also rules today, anthropocentric rules of borders that are, forms of mental illness, where it would prevent them from doing it. But it is a valid point to say that, right? But the thing is Sabine was criticizing in today's video about a paper not having the data required to say at what levels or if climate change was responsible for the California fires. And, she's arguing this point instead of just saying things like, for example, in the USA, people still think a lot of their high end universities provide quality education. They don't. You end up being I don't want to say bad words, but you end up being not that bright, such as people wearing suits in the government right now, right? And who are not any more sentient or sapient or systems thinkers or even self aware of what they're really like and what they're really projecting. So, and there's still so many universities that Sabine could be talking about where they check to see, or they insist that you publish articles, and these articles will be in crappy papers that do poor jobs and do peer reviews. So it's more that should be talked about, because when she did that video, it's just maybe I gotta like question her motives for doing it, right? And it's not like climate change is not at all. It's just she was just saying the data was not available, scientifically, objectively speaking, for them to make such claims. And it's true. But the thing is she's got frustration, and she's maybe not tackling on the problem in a way that a real systems thinker, culture appear would be able to do. Now, when it comes to move to the food, there's also the concept of move away from where fires are more probable. Because in a way, if you measure for intelligence in those that have the money to move and that don't have the same obstacles as people in Florida, I mean, in Africa to move. There are places where the oceans will be rising too much and the storms will be spreading things, and people keep rebuilding there and moving there. Like California is probably not going to be getting better with fires. And a lot of it is not related to climate change. It's related to making cities. Making cities is not creating a resilient environment to mitigate things from climate change. So, and these are celebrities. By the way, to follow up with the point of celebrities, is today people kind of believe celebrities are, they actually want to be them. They actually want to be the people that own multiple houses and one of them burns down. And they think somehow when you have money, you're safe, or you're somehow overcoming climate change issues. But it's people with money that keep accelerating this. People don't see this. They think the solution is to be more rich, then I won't have to worry. And they admire celebrities who are so silent. I mean, they've played roles in movies where they're great heroes, but in real life, they're great zeros, right? That's their real value. They might be rich beyond belief, but they're zeros who are staying quiet as what is happening in their country is happening. So again, people admire the wrong people. They might think I admire them because they went to that crappy university that is the best we have in the States, or they won, an Emmy Award or an Oscar or a Golden Globe, or they own this much, or they're this rich, or they're here on the list, they have their private jet. Well, those are not, the top of what sentience and sapience can offer, right? They're just not. So people that not only don't move to the food, but that prevent others from moving to the food, or that are too dumb to not keep rebuilding in places that are not going to get better to live, and just don't talk about the concept of borders and equality, because when there's less people desperate in the world for food or housing, and that includes patriots, okay? Like veterans have access to guns, and when you cut their services, well, see what's going to happen. So there's a lot of things happening right now that will be accelerating problems. And yet people that are really famous or well educated or really powerful or really millionaires, the people that you want to be like, is actually going to bring you down on the scale of humanity. Have you talked about this sometimes? These cultural patterns of your own devolution as a species?